Yes. I wanted to just talk about the. I've been watching the Johnny Depp case for. I feel like I've been watching it for like. I feel like I've been watching it for 3 weeks. I really do. Something about it I find interested. Don't. I couldn't help it. The Johnny Depp case. 3 weeks. I really do. Something about it I find interesting. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm watching the Johnny Depp case. I've been watching it for a few weeks. I guess I should be live streaming it. It's just that I've been up and down. The summer is getting hot. I've been like, in and out. But it's really sad where we are as society that you know man can't get justice for when they abuse everybody. They talk about hung jury. They get all the evidence. You see that this girl was lying. You see that this girl have makeup. This girl hire paparazzi to meet her certain place, pose for picture, and it's really sad. And you have her on tape saying all about her abuse. If this case was reversed, and it was Johnny on tape saying how Amber can tell him when he hit her, if he's smacking her or thumping her, I don't think this case would have go for 3 weeks. I think by a week time they would have found him guilty. There would be people saying they probably want him locked up. There would be this outrage. And Johnny would say, oh, well, trying to be like Amber. And he'd be like, yo, you got no case. Why are you wasting our time? We need to put you behind bars, or we need to take everything from you. And we wouldn't see mainstream media trying to say, well, Johnny is trying to say that Amber kind of provoked him. That's why. And you wouldn't see mainstream media saying, well, Amber getting, upset and trying to get away from Johnny. Amber was actually, she slammed the cabinet because she was trying to escape. And that's because Johnny was abusing her. That's why she was slamming the cabinet. Then they would say Johnny was trying to record her and provoke her, but that's because he'd been abusing her. It would have been such a different, what you hear mainstream. Everything that Johnny did, if Amber did that, they would have said, she was this victim that just trying to get out, and she would go to the bathroom and Johnny follow her, and she was trying to get away, and Johnny wouldn't let her leave the house. She just wanted space. And they would say, yo, you could obviously see that Johnny's abusing her. We have him on tape saying how he abused her. And this, you would not hear the mainstream media once said, maybe we should, it could be a mistrial. With all that evidence against Johnny Depp of saying, yes, I do slap you around. And you would not once hear the mainstream media said that this should be a diss trial when they have Johnny on tape saying he slapped Amber around. I think I would pay millions to see a mainstream media say, well, Johnny did say slap her around, but we should be thinking about a mistrial. Like, what? And this is what I'm saying. And they saying all this institute. What institute are they talking about? When you're a man and somebody accuse you of RP and BR, it's no, they automatically, before any evidence, said you're guilty. Right away, people start shading you. Some people saying, oh, they didn't know you like that. Everybody assume you're guilty way before any evidence. And the sad thing about that, even when it come out, if they find out that you was innocent, there is still people that trying to have a stigma saying, I know you was proven innocent, but some of these people still look at you funny. Some companies saying, well, maybe there was some true about it, even though they didn't find him guilty. So some people still try to shade you, even after they see that you was innocent. So a lot of time, you don't get recovery. You never return back to your good name, even when it come out that this person was lying. And there is no jail time for the woman that accused man, no nothing. Usually they just, oh, they're a liar. People are like, oh, I can't believe she did that. Oh, well, maybe, she was having problems. They're not just going to say, well, and even with the whole Me Too movement never have anything to do, they're trying to say we are one. And man and woman supposed to be on the same level or whatever the case. Me Too movement was never about man. Me Too movement never really, put up a banner for, yes, we have a lot of abused boys out there. Me Too movement never really worry about that. They try to push that women could be the only victim. So a lot of men, when they come out and say certain things happen to them, society kind of said, oh, what kind of man are you? Are you soft? What are you talking about? Some people try to laugh at them, even though sometimes these men that come out that was 12 years old, 13 years old, society don't want to hear them because once again, you're a man. So because you're a male, I guess they can't picture you being abused. Even when you was 12 years old, society still try to look at you like, I know you're trying to say you're abused, and they can't picture that. And even society, even when there's some woman that got pulled up in these terms, usually they go to court, they probably get sentenced for a year, 2 years. A man gets sentenced. If they get sentenced, they're probably being there for 13, 15 years. Some of them maybe even 20. So I don't understand how society try to tell us we're supposed to be even when we don't even get the same punishment for the same crime. Stop saying we are the same. We are not the same. I think society and all mainstream media should come out and just say we are not the same. Because if we're not even getting the same punishment for the same crime, what does that say? You don't judge it. I'm a guy. You don't judge us the same. And if you did, we would get the same punishment for the same crime. So, that's just really kind of sad that I seen all this evidence for Johnny, and there is still people that's in denial, that trying to dismiss all this evidence. Some people are saying, oh, we should, the case is, if Ember is lying about, me, I put on makeup, I call up a social media, and I said, hey, meet me, I'm in New York City, so I said, meet me at Flatbush. I'm gonna come, I'm gonna spin my face to the right. I want to make sure you get the money shot. I already got my makeup bruise, all of that. I got all, so this whole Ember story is fake. We literally need to dismiss all. Ember set all of this up. She got the fake makeup one day, she got boom, then she got her fake. They give her this stuff because they don't question if that bruise is even real. Unfortunately, they give her the restraining order, boom. Then the next day, you see her without makeup, laughing, joy, no bruise. Nothing. Nada. Nobody questioned that. Like, oh wow, yesterday her face was swollen and today her face is spotless. Like there's no bruise, no nothing, and she don't got no makeup on. She's laughing, no bruise. Like, interested. Maybe that's a red flag. We need to do something about that. No. Nobody said anything. Even me, the case was easy for me. Like from I started seeing the evidence, I was like, okay, I give Johnny the win and all of his count. Because I dismiss everything that Ember's saying. She's lying. She's lying, and she got all her friends lying on the hold. But once again, maybe because it's not a jail case, they don't mind lying. And maybe they hold her favors. At the end of the day, she's probably the only million here in her friend groups that have a little popularity or whatever the case, so she kind of feeding them. So they trying to keep that money bowl going for whatever reason. So she's like, okay, so they don't mind lying, so they lie. Anybody that have common sense could see that they're lying. So okay, what mainstream media still don't want to hold her accountable. like 95 to 98% of normal society, of people, hardworking people that, that, yes, could see and agree. But mainstream media, the people that control most of the stuff they try to push in your face, they still don't want to say, well, she lied and she tried to take advantage of a Me Too movement. She ruined this man's life. And the funniest thing about this, with all this lie, the Sun trial have people that rule in her favor. I feel like they dismiss all of his evidence in the Sun trial, and then come to find out the judge was, connected. If you take a deeper look, you find out the judge was connected back to Ember people. So of course they don't care about if Johnny showed them proof. They're already not going to give him the case. That whole Sun trial was a rigged case. Johnny could never win that case unless it was all different jury, all different people that actually tried that case, that actually wanted to hear what he got to say. So he was fighting a lose-lose battle. Not only was fighting a lose-lose battle, it wasn't in the public, so nobody could have watched and see like, wow, they dismissed everything he said. And Amber got connection to the jury and some of these people. This should be thrown out. This is not even a fair case. No, they keep it on the hush-hush. Good enough that he was actually Johnny Depp, that he could get a next chance, but even he been wanted the case, but they pushed the case 6 years down the road. So basically your life is falling apart for the last 6 years, and you can't tell or prove yourself. You stop getting jobs in Hollywood, you're home, you're still trying to be a father to your kids, you're still trying to, you have a little, you probably still, struggling with, probably drinking. Maybe you're trying to slow down drinking. Maybe you're trying to substitute that. You're trying to work on yourself. There's so much going on with Johnny life, but nobody care about Johnny because he's a man, and because you're a man, you can't be a victim. So that's how that goes, and it's really sad to see a man of stature that got to fight so hard just to prove he's innocent. And this lady just, remember, when you make up a lie, you could always, when you have the truth, no matter if the truth make you look bad, you know what, it's the truth. If it make you look bad, at the end of the day, it make you look bad, but at least real people could respect your honesty to tell the truth, even if it shine a bad light on you. But when somebody's making up a lie to pretend to be perfect, and the mainstream media see that this lady's not taking any responsibility for anything, she just carry on, and she blaming everybody, and she's blaming her lawyers, she blaming her sister, she blaming her ex-friend, she's blaming everybody but herself. And nobody could say like, this lady's lying. And it's just like, some of the questions that I was looking at the jury form, some of the questions are very misleading. But I'm happy that I guess the people get some papers for Johnny, so they know who they picking for. Because if they don't know who they're picking for, some of the questions are misleading. You could end up picking against Johnny without even knowing, because some of the questions are misleading. But the thing is, you got to consider, maybe you said, she said, I came out as a victim. That was fake. You make up the whole stuff. So the fact that you say you come out of the victim, I need to disregard that. That's fake. You're not a victim. You're trying to portray somebody's pain to be your own. It's not yours. So I need to dismiss that as a lie. You came out as a victim. Lie. Next question. Oh, I face the public right, because no, you didn't face anybody right. You lie, and some people is calling you on your lie. It's not that you're a real victim and real people with real family saying, oh, well, she's a real victim and we don't have. No. Real people with real family want to be on your side if it was actually your story. But it's not. It's not your story. It's not yours to tell. And not only you're ruining a guy in his family eye, in the public eye. If Johnny was just a regular person, he probably would have been buried and none of us would hear his story. They wouldn't have got the money, he wouldn't have the public, so he would just get Johnny would just be a many of maybe a million man that get buried with lies, and you never hear the story. You have to actually know some lawyers or know somebody that, hey, do you know so and so that, yeah, they bury him, they never even want to hear his story, but I check out the case and he was actually innocent. Yeah, I see proof, I hear audio. Too bad he didn't have so and so to work with. Like, he have a lot of proof. He shouldn't been there. Like, wow, like he got canceled, lose his family, lose his friends. But if you actually check his case out, he's actually innocent. So it's like some people, they don't get that. They don't get anything like that. And that's the sad truth about everything that's going on, that this case just, it made my blood boil when I watch the mainstream media keep trying to dismiss all the evidence that's against this lady. And still, like, they see that Johnny is right, and this should be a slam shed case. And, they should come out and said, well, maybe we jumped to conclusion too fast. They're not going to say that. The mainstream media, that's one thing. That's why I don't watch mainstream media a lot. Sometimes I watch them for, Pacific stuff. But most of the time I watch YouTubers. People that actually have an open mind. I feel like somebody that make a YouTube video, I could learn a lot more from saying, okay, they could be like, well, maybe he was wrong here, maybe he was right here, maybe he was wrong here, and they could actually give you a back and forward. You watch mainstream media, the person that they trying to represent, even when they're wrong, they don't try to touch on anything that this person is wrong. They just try to sweep that under and say, well, it's a big mess. It's just like I was watching the Drew Barry show, and she was just trying to make fun of Johnny's pain, and it's kind of sad. And she act like, then she did an interview saying, oh, I'm trying to get better. But when you go back, you notice she actually was talking about a woman that was talking about, and she was very emotional. She was very, thought-provoking. She was taking it very serious. She wasn't laughing like it's a joke. But then with the Johnny case, she's laughing like it's just a soap opera. Johnny ain't a victim. Like, it was just a joke. And that's kind of sad, because you see that when it was a woman that she take it so serious. There was no joke about it. She was saying, oh, I'm so sorry, you're so strong. She was looking at this woman as a victim, but Johnny's in a worse situation than that woman, and she's laughing like it's a joke. And you're like, wow, that's interesting. But at the end of the day, this is the same social media that try to tell you we're supposed to be equal, and everything's and it's not. It's not equal. It's not equal in the justice system. And then Amber Heard said, I came out against, and you see how society protect. What is he talking about? Society does not protect man. Soon as women say anything about abuse or anything, those men get thrown under the bus. Usually drop from grace way before they're proven innocent. If a woman if a man is supposed to accuse a woman, you wouldn't see much coverage on TV. You would hear very little bit about it, and some people would be like, is he really saying she did that to him? And people be like, are we sure he's okay? People would not actually try to give that man any ear time and try to say, it's actually serious what he's saying this woman did to him. You don't hear it. Most of these, and then people said, why don't most of the guys come out? Because they don't feel like nobody want to hear their case. Some guys know they've been through stuff, but they'd be like, what, swallow it up. Society don't care. Why should I care? And I know I was 13 or 14 years old, but why should I come out and speak what I've been through? Ain't nobody gonna care about that when they got other little girls out there that's way more important than me. So. And it's sad, and that's the sad truth. I think that's what mainstream media should be talking more about. But unfortunately, if you want to hear more about stuff like that, you're probably going to have to go watch a YouTuber, maybe somebody on TikTok, maybe somebody that do a Facebook blog, or maybe an Instagram story. That's your best bet to hear maybe some people that, especially as a man, that society would actually try to hear your case. That's why I disagree when Amber talk about, man being protected. What are you talking about? Man are not being protected. I wish man was being protected. Cause even the CEO, soon as you hear some come out in them, you start hearing like lash out. Even if this is $100 million man, you start hearing a lot of lash out. If this is $100 million woman, you start hearing we need to look into this case. I don't know if what this man's saying is true. You start hearing a lot of doubts. You start hearing social media saying, I don't, maybe this man, something wrong with him. That's why he's trying to say this powerful woman did this to him. There's a lot of doubts right away, off of the bat. We gotta dismiss the story. Can't be true. And unfortunately, that's what you see, and mostly mainstream media, like, that's what they want you to hear.